would encourage you to stop. I'll just tell you that you're being watched. The point of the phone call is stop what you're doing.
Not gonna do that.
Fuck you, Charlie.
Before we get into this video, I just want to say something that has nothing to do with any of this. All of this Budweiser stuff, Nike, Target, all of it, they're destroying this stuff on purpose. This is totally what is being done. Disney bought Star Wars, destroyed it, destroyed the legacy, destroyed Luke Skywalker, destroyed Han Solo, destroyed the legacy, took a shit right in the soul of everything, right? And now that they're done with it, it's not like they're losing money. They're done with their operation and they're going to sell off Star Wars now. They're done with it. They've destroyed it. They've done what they needed to do. Now they're going to sell it off, right? And that's what these people are doing with this shit. They're just getting you to do it. You know, they put some trans influencer on the can of Budweiser and sell it to everybody, knowing that there's going to be a big backlash. Intentionally, because it's American culture. They're destroying the culture. They've destroyed all of this intentionally. Disney didn't accidentally fuck up Star Wars. They took a shit inside everything, and right now they are actively shitting all over everything that they can. That's how these people operate. These are Bolsheviks. This is what Bolsheviks do. So anyway, I just want to say that. Moving on. Okay, because I have Fed posters posting that I believe the CIA is after me, I have to put this in every video now. I am not special. Where I recorded is not special. You can record this anywhere. You can pick this up anywhere. The same exact thing. I am not special. There is nothing special about me. There is a surveillance system, a weaponized surveillance system that most people do not know about. And it is listening to everything everywhere. My house, your house, the store, the woods, everywhere. It's listening. And it's pretty simple to understand. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch this video here from 3 weeks ago. Voice of God, weapons blown wide open. The surveillance system you don't know about from 2 weeks ago, and anything after May 24th. I don't know everything about this. There are still things that I'm figuring out, but I know a lot about it. And it's a weaponized surveillance system using pulsed frequency to monitor everything around it. And people can be sensitized to hear it. Now, I joke around a lot when I'm doing this because it takes a lot of the seriousness away from it. What I didn't realize when I started the recording test was that right away, it says, you're all alone. And I was all alone in the house, which is pretty funny. But a voice comes in right here and says, you're all alone. But I hadn't even started doing anything yet. So check this out. You're all alone. And then you'll hear this sort of whispering. That is physically in my house. If a voice here claims to hear voices, and they're physically there, that person is no longer mentally ill, period. So let's get that out of the way first. And this is always talking about surveillance and shit. It is always negative. So you'll hear a little voice here. Just a short whisper. Now I had a speaker on and it's causing a little bit of a feedback loop in the room. I didn't have it turned down all the way. I kind of forgot to, but this is an important clip and you need to hear this. Check this out. So there's just a little bit of chatter here and there, but I say something here about having an Ouija board and wanting to talk to the spirits, but not really spirits. Listen to what I say. I've got my Ouija board out. Are there any spooks here from the surveillance grid? That's me moving around. Now listen. Now it sounds like it says, the bad guys. And then a voice comes in here and says, I wouldn't start with us. So it actually responds to that. Ouija board out. Are there any spooks here from the surveillance grid? I wouldn't start with us. Here's a slower version of that response. I wouldn't start with us. Now that's pretty funny. Is that a person? No, it's AI. It is AI. It's an AI response. Now, very short sounds that the system cannot register will get nothing, no response. So it has to be more than one sound, like a series of intricate sounds for this system to respond or try to figure out what it is. And that's important. Here, I snap my tongue twice and get no response. No response there. Do it again, no response. Then I say, hey, really quickly, no response. Hey. So let's say the sound of a airsoft gun being racked is a series of small sounds that make up one overall sound. It can understand that. It cannot understand this stuff. Or a lighter clicking. I also did that. No response. Here, I took a shopping bag, a plastic shopping bag, right? And I got near the microphone and I started messing with it, just crumbling it up, right? So let's check it out. I'm in the room. I've got the plastic bag. Here I go. And then I wait a minute. Okay, there's a voice there that comes in after the bag has been crumpled up, and it says, it's just some kind of random voice there. But it says here, that's a bag. That's a bag. That's a bag. So it is actively, just like an Alexa, figuring out what you are doing. But there are no Alexas in this house. Nothing like it. Now, this is what's interesting. People go, oh, that's paranormal. That's paranormal, man. Those are ghosts. They're not ghosts. This is technology. Period. So, I do it again. And instead of a vocal response, it's like it couldn't connect right. So what? The ghosts are having a hard time connecting? Check this out. It sounds like a cell phone almost fucking up. When it gets too close to a speaker, the old school cell phones. Now check this out. I do it again. And I wait, and here it is. Now there are words in that, but that is not a ghost. That is technology, my friend. Check it out. What this is doing is it's listening to sounds, and it is figuring out what you're doing off metadata. This is a surveillance system. People that have been sensitized to hear it are always under the impression that they are under surveillance. He is over by the window. You know, they hear stuff like that. And it chatters to them. It is a weaponized surveillance system. So I do it again. And I get the same thing. Amazing, right? Not paranormal. Now, I have tested airsofts to see if the system thought it was a weapon. And it does. Those are in the other videos. If you haven't seen them, check them out. Here is an airsoft shotgun. And I'm going to rack it once. Here we go. And a voice is going to come in here. Now it's a warped voice, but it says, that's a shotgun. That's a shotgun. It responds to it. And there's more. Here, I rack it again. So it's always negative or has something to do with a gun. If you don't know what I'm talking about, like I said, check out the older videos. There's a lot of it in there. Amazing stuff, right? Wireless. So I do it again. And a voice says, bet he can die. That's what it sounds like. So then I start trying out a bunch of different stuff. And this is going to be a short video because I have to trickle this information out slowly as I test this. Now you have to remember that what happens to a lot of these people out there is these people will go out and buy a weapon. Jason Dalton, James Holmes, so many people will go out and buy a weapon, and then all this crazy shit happens to them after they purchase the weapon, and then the media goes, how are these people buying these weapons? They're crazy. You get what I'm saying? There's something to that. So, and I know there's something to that, but this video is for a little bit easier digestion. Anyway, every time that I adjust or mess with this airsoft, it responds. So I begin the whole thing with this. I'm gonna play a game of Name That Sound. And I wait. So there's a kind of a weird response. Can't really tell what it's saying, but it's saying something. Then I keep going. And there was a response to that. But remember, there aren't responses to like one syllable sounds or somebody going, hey, or something like that really quickly. There has to be multiple sounds, a noise that the AI can discern what it is. So check this out. There's a louder response. That's slow and deliberate. Okay, it's saying something there afterwards. Every time. We should slow that down. So it's been slowed down. I rack it, and then it says, interesting, right? Every time. But it does not respond to one sound. So right now, with it so clear and being able to see what it is doing, how it is doing it, I am learning a lot. There's a lot of stuff that I already knew and couldn't prove, but I am validating a lot of things that I thought before but didn't know for sure. In other news, I'm also figuring out very quickly where this stuff is coming from specifically. Oh, ambulance. And I will get to that soon, but I want to be sure. I don't want to talk until I'm sure about it. These tests were done today, and I wanted to share as I'm learning and validating things. And that's it for now. Look out for Charlie.
You need to know what you're up against. You need to be prepared.